Megan might think her mom is cute and all that type of stuff, but the way that her mother is kind of carrying on, to me, is not cute. You can be there to support your child while not being an ass about it because you don't agree. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are gathered here today to talk Married at First Sight, Season 19, Episode 2. Don't mess with my Texas wedding. These episodes are blowing me, literally blowing me. Before we get started, if you're brand new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, hype the video, and then leave your comments down below. We are just on episode 2, all right? So, Meghann and Derek, they are the first wedding up. Meghann has been single for 7 years. She has 2 careers, one of which is she's a realtor, and then her other career is like a family type business, she said. I think she said it was something in like banking and insurance. But Meghann wants an extrovert who is gonna help pull her out of her zone because she's real cool with just, kicking it on the couch on a Friday or Saturday night. Same girl, same, okay? We then have Derek. Derek has lived all over the world based because of what his job is. So he is the COO, which is the chief operations officer of a e-commerce business, okay? So he wants his partner to be working on their fitness because he works on his. Sure. We get to their wedding. Now, while they're getting dressed and all that type of shebang for the wedding, we meet Meghan's mother. I don't like Meghan's mother. Here's the thing. When you come onto this show, yes, you have a 50-50 chance of your family supporting what you want to do with this. Fine, right? If a family chooses not to support and not to want to be on camera and all that type of stuff, I have no problem with that. You signed up, baby. I didn't. Howsoever, if you are going to come and support your child and support your family member and do all of that type of stuff, then don't be an ass about it. You know what I'm saying? Like Megan's mama, what's her name? Cynthia. Girl, you chose to come and support your daughter, so be supportive. You can voice your concerns, but all the side eyes and the glares and smart ass remarks, none of that is necessary. We're not watching the show for you, baby. So I need you to remember that. Have some perspective about your fucking self. I just like that bothered me. I don't like when people do stuff like that. That is so rude. And we get this every season. If you don't support what she is doing, stay your stinking ass at home. Shit. Made me mad because I feel like her mama is doing too much, y'all. So Derek sends over a gift to her, and it is a ring box with the date, the wedding date, and a nice little letter. And her mom was over there unimpressed. Where I forgot if her husband died or not. Is Megan's mother? Oh no, her. Okay, we find out about her father because I was about to say something. Let me make sure he is still, upright. So her mom wasn't impressed. She gave him an ice bath, which he does. He did it right away. So shout out to him. Apparently he does ice baths often. So it worked out. So his friends are asking him what's the over under of him having sex. And I always feel like that's so cringy and so just like disrespectful to ask. Because at a typical wedding, I have friends that have been married. I never once thought to ask them, hey, y'all fucking tonight? Because it's none of mine. None of mine. Right? It was a child right outside the door crying. Okay. So Megan's father is not there because he has skin cancer and he is having the skin off his nose removed. I said, oh my God, I hope he's okay. And her brother is super private, so he doesn't want to be there either. So Meghann is saying how she has to give herself away. Like she feels like she's giving herself away because she doesn't have anyone to walk her down the aisle. And instead of her mother being like, you know what, I got you, I'll walk you down, her mother was like, I said, "Oh, you hateful wench." So, I guess Megan's gonna walk herself down the aisle. We later do see at the wedding that I don't know if a cousin, friend, sister, somebody walks down with her, but the fact that her mother didn't have the wherewithal to say, "I got you," disappointing. Okay. So while they're standing at the altar, Megan's mother was mugging the ish out of Derek. She don't look too thrilled, and I was like, oh, good God. So we find out they go through the wedding. It's cool. Shebang, whatever. We get to the end of the wedding where they're talking at the outside. At the outside. I'm rushing. Okay, let me slow down because I got to get to a gender reveal. So they are talking after the wedding outside. Uh, and we find out that he just moved to Austin in September. And I've noticed a trend with this season. It's a lot of transplants, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, but a lot of them are you've been here for a year, you've been here for a couple of months. So, did y'all move to Austin because y'all applied for the show? Because that's what it's given. We find out that she has been there since 2019. So Meghann said that she's excited and she thinks he's cute in her confessional. And I was like, do you? Because that's not the vibe it was given initially. But okay. So we're at their reception and they are dancing for the first dance as husband and wife. I did notice that when they were announced, they weren't holding hands when they walked in. I thought that was interesting. She purposely held her bouquet in her right hand, and then she held her dress up with her left, and he was on the right of her, so they weren't holding hands. And I was like, oh, that's not a good sign. But they're dancing, and he was like, your mom seems nice. I was like, girl, that is code for what's wrong with your mama who is over there with the sour face staring at them. So they sit down and they're talking, and she talks about how he lives in the city, she lives in the suburbs, and so it takes her like 40 minutes, just to get to a concert. And he's like, oh, okay, what kind of music do you listen to? She likes country music. And he was like, ooh. Ugh. And she was like, okay, so you don't? What do you like? He likes electronic. He likes EDM. She was like, oh, well, for my birthday, every year we go to Cancun for this country music festival. And he was like, I could never get in the country. One thing I have always noticed, and is always funny to me, is that if somebody is a country music fan and you don't like country music, they judge you. They look down on you. They are just so taken aback. And it is always so funny because I like R&B and pop, right? Well, R&B and rap more so than pop. I am hip hop, 90s R&B, rap, like that is neo soul. That's my wheelhouse right there. I have never told a person, yeah, I like rap music, and they're like, ew, I could never get into rap, and I'm offended. I'm like, okay, the fuck? Like, it is, I feel like only people that listen to country music, why are y'all like that? Why are y'all like that? If somebody don't like country, I feel like y'all be ready to lose y'all shit about it. And she was visibly shook, right? So he ain't going to Cancun, which he says. Not for that country music festival. So he is over there talking to her mother, and her mother was like, you ain't no serial killer, are you? Okay, whatever. Why you come on the show? Basically, that's the energy she's giving. Her mother, Megan's mother, Cynthia, has been married for 43 years and said that it is more than just meeting somebody or more than just meeting somebody and getting married. She doesn't like the fact that they're putting their marriage into somebody else's hands. She doesn't like it, right? It's given she don't really support it, but whenever people are like, but you grown, yeah, grown, so you can't do anything about it, okay? So she then goes on to say that she takes marriage very, very serious. And Megan is meanwhile over there telling her people that bad news, guys. He doesn't like country music. And they were like, I said, not y'all shocked. If that is your biggest argument, okay. So later that night at the bridal suite, she was mesmerized by his abs. She was like, oh, why were you so ripped? Oh my God, you're so ripped. I was like, okay, sis. So we then get our second wedding of the night, which is Rhonda and Pat. So Rhonda and Pat are older people. Rhonda is 63, Pat is 59, and I'm most excited about them. The reason that I'm more excited about the older people on the show is because one, they're not signing up to be influencers. They're not coming on the show thinking about the sponsorships and the deals and the attention that they can get. I wholeheartedly believe these older, because it's two older couples, they are coming onto this show because they are looking for a partner. They're looking for a spouse. Okay. That's one. Two, they're not going to be super aware of the cameras. With the past couple of seasons of Married at First Sight and of Love is Blind and of some other shows, Ready to Love and all these other dating shows, people are very, very, very aware of the cameras. And because they're so aware of the cameras, they have this thing where they're not being their true authentic selves because they are, they don't want to look bad on Instagram and they're thinking like, okay, if this doesn't work out, I'm thinking of all the guys and all the women that are going to be in my DMs after this. These older people, they not thinking about that. They want a marriage, right? So, Rhonda has been looking for her partner, her husband, for the past 25 years. So, she married the father of her children after knowing him for 3 months. They had 4 kids, just like all 2 to 2.5 years apart, but he was a bum ass nigga and he didn't want to work. And so she weighed her options and said, look, it's probably easier to raise 4 children than 5. So she divorced him. And shout out to you for having the wherewithal to do that. Shout out to you, Miss Rhonda, for not saying I just want to be able to say I got a nigga at home. You divorced his bum ass. Shout out to you, okay? So she was married again after that, but it only lasted for 18 months. Now, Miss Rhonda, this your third marriage. I don't want to say you might be the problem, but okay. So we then pan over to Pat. Pat was married for 30 years and he stayed married solely for the kids. And he was very unsatisfied sexually. I said, child, and then not you embarrassing her and saying it now on TV. Pat feels that people his age do not want to commit. Okay. So we get to their wedding. Rhonda's kids are a little nervous about her intensity. Okay. Rhonda got 3 sons and they were like, you a lot. You're a lot. Okay. Pat in his comb over stringy, greasy hair are standing up at the altar. I liked his suit. I'm going to say this. I loved Pat's tux. I said, Pat might be a little dresser. Let me find out. So Rhonda comes out in a red dress. I said, Ronnie, this your third wedding, girl. Do what you want to do. So he gives her a big hug right away, and they seem to really like each other. There, he thinks she's beautiful. She thinks he's handsome. And in her confessional, she was like, he is sexy. And she ready to, yes. I said, okay, Rhonda. I like Rhonda, but Rhonda is going to make me nervous. Rhonda is going to be the show. Big personality. She's not shy, like the epitome of an extrovert. Rhonda about to show her ass on this show. I can feel it. So they do their vows and they were kissing, and then she kisses him again. I said, okay. So after the wedding, they are sitting outside, and out of the 4 weddings that we have seen so far, this is the only couple. This is the first couple that seems excited. They're like smiling and happy and giddy. They're not nervous. They're more relaxed. And I really, really feel like Married at First Sight, if y'all are venturing into the golden Married at First Sight, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I promise y'all, I will watch it and I will help y'all promote it. Because I feel like these couples, these older couples, are going to set the precedent and get us back to what Married at First Sight used to be. So when it comes to Pat, we find out that he just moved there a year and a half ago. He's from Phoenix, where he raised his sons who didn't come. Why? Why your son's not there, Pat? See, stuff like that always gets my antennas going and gets my juices going. Why aren't your kids there? Neither one of them? We find out that he lives with his mother temporarily, and I said, Lord. But his mother is of a particular age. She's 84, and we find out that her husband just passed away, his father, 3 years ago. So they're in the process of getting her probably back comfortable living, or getting her comfortable to living in general by herself. And when he explained that, I'm like, it makes sense. I'm okay with that. So Pat has only been divorced for the past 5 years. So it's giving serial monogamous. Like for you to come out of a 30-year relationship and then want to go get married right away again. Ooh. But then Rhonda forgot his last name. I mean, no, his name in general. Rhonda forgot his name in general. I said, ooh, Rhonda. They seem to really like each other. I like them as a couple so far. So we get to their reception and she was lit, high off life, okay? I don't think she was drunk or anything. She just seems like she likes to have a good time. So she had that grown man of a particular age. They're running around the reception and they're skipping like they were five. It was very carefree. It was cute. It was like I like the fact that he's clearly not as extroverted as she is, but he's not trying to box her in and make her be something that he's not for his own comfortability. You know what I mean? So after the reception, they were outside kissing, enjoying some champagne, some champs. And she was like, okay, you want to do something really crazy with me? Let's jump in the pool fully clothed. He was like, okay, and then we'll get in the hot tub after. And they do. They jump in fully clothed in all their wedding attire and they jump in that pool. And when she was like, I'm worried about my dress, don't let me drown. And the way that that dress engulfed her, I said, yeah, girl. Rhonda, I feel like you do a lot of off the wall stuff, sis. I need you to be careful. But they get in the hot tub and it was cute. I love that one that she suggested it, and two that he went along with it right away. There was no resistance. He wasn't trying to fight it. He was like, "Bet, let's do it." So we do get some scenes of the other couples. Now in the bridal suite or in the honeymoon suite, I guess you would call it. And Brittany and Will, he said that there was chemistry there. And on a scale of 1 to 10, it's at a 20. Maybe Will is just very, very reserved and laid back. And then we see Josh and Jalen, and they're already cuddling and kissing and stuff. And I'm like, okay. I'm excited. I'm excited. I enjoy both these weddings. I'm really liking the pacing of the show. I just don't understand why it's not coming on weekly, Peacock. I hope that we're smashing these episodes together because we just want to get this season out because it was filmed such a long time ago. But next season, no. Let me know what you guys thought about these two weddings. Leave your comments down below, please, only on episode 2. I'm going to try to get episode 3 out, but I am headed to a gender reveal to find out if I'm having a niece or a nephew. So I'll be back later. Bye.